Hey there, Rob here. It's time for another another tutorial. This time we're going to be discussing Stan Rogers' immortal hit "White Squall." I am wearing my Michigan Tech alumni sweatshirt. Um, I used to play this song badly in the bars around Houghton, Michigan, the southern shore of in the Keweenaw Peninsula, the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. Um, the southern shore of Lake Superior, and this was an appropriate song to sing there, and of course I did the song wrong, and I never really liked the way I had done it, and in recent years I revisited it and I found a slightly more pleasing way of doing it, but then not too long ago I saw a YouTube video from 1981 of Stan Rogers playing at a festival, and I was able to see the guitar enough to figure out what was really going on. So I was pretty excited, and I figured it out fairly quickly after I realized what the trick was. And you can see the trick right here. Basically, yeah, well, I don't know if he was where he was capoed. I know he had two capos on his 12 string. I don't know if he started at the first or if he started at the second, because he was able to sing quite high and still sound like a bass profundo. That was the gunmetal gray of Stan Rogers' voice. But anyways, the real trick to this is to throw the capo. At least what I'm doing is I'm throwing the capo on the first fret, standard capo across all the strings, and then I have a partial capo that only covers 3 strings, and that is at the 3rd fret, and that's covering the D string, the G string, and the B string. Might as well talk about conventions right now. Whenever I refer to a fret, regardless of where I'm capoing, I'm referring to the fret number from the nut. So yeah, this is always going to be the 1st fret, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, so on, regardless of where the capos are. I will also sometimes refer to the strings regardless of what tuning they're in. So, this will always be the E, B, G, D, A, E, low E, regardless of the tuning. Also, I'll go counting from the bottom. String number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that'll probably help both of us get through this. One other comment on this partial capo arrangement. Once again, capo at the 1st fret, regular capo covering all 6 strings, and then a partial capo, which you can get from our good friends at Kaiser, who have been wonderful to me over the years. What most people don't realize, by the way, Kaisers really have an unconditional lifetime guarantee. Unless you're actually destroying the capo yourself. If anything fails because of workmanship or materials, they'll be happy to replace it. They're a great company. I really like them. So yeah, this is a partial capo. It's supposed to cover 3 strings, and it's covering right now the numbers 2, 3, and 4. Now, one thing about this is that when you have it in this configuration, there's lots of things you can do with these capos, by the way. Maybe I should do a video about that some other time. But the way it is right now, this kind of is simulating an open G tuning because the 1st string is dropped down relative to the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, and then the 5th and 6th strings are dropped down relative to those strings as well. So as long as you're not opening any of these strings, you're basically doing what you would have done in an open G tuning anyways. If you were to invert the capo at the 2nd fret and cover the numbers 5, 4, 3 strings, that would similarly be emulating a dadgad tuning. So often people might call these a dadgad capo, but really when it's inverted like this, it's an open G capo. So that's the end of that. So now finally to the song. So if you got your capos on, one other thing I just wanted to say as far as sort of a historical thing. One thing, and I went back and checked, and I didn't remember from the early 80s that anytime I went into a guitar store, I never saw partial capos. And sure enough, I don't think these appeared until the latter half of the 1980s, 1985, 86, 87, somewhere around there. So what Stan and his buddies must have been doing back in the day was taking those those elastic capos, the wraparound things that you had to stretch the thing over the peg. People still use them today. They still sell them, certainly. And then they must have notched out those things to suit themselves. So they were pioneers in that respect. So anyways, your guitar should sound like this. And then for the most part, as I show you how to do this song, we'll be using a lot of familiar chord shapes. So that's a nice thing. If you're playing at the nut or you were capoed up at the 3rd fret and you played a C, you know what it would sound like. But when you play it in this configuration, it's that's nice. And of course, when you hit the mode, which is, well, not the mode, but when you hit a D, it also sounds very powerful. So there's some advantage. There's a lot of advantages to being able to ring open strings with open tunings and with messing around with capos. For those of you who may be jazz musicians and think that capos are cheating, that you should be able to do whatever you need to do on the guitar just using the guitar itself, I say to you, yeah, I suppose frets are cheating too, aren't they? Moving right along. So the first thing you do is start out with number 3 string at the 8th fret. And you're going to be probably sort of droning, or I kind of freeform it, but you'll be droning on the number 5 string, certainly. But I will catch myself doing sort of a Travis thing as well with the number 5 and number 4 string. But the important thing is that you want to go so on the number 3 string, you're going 8th fret, 7th fret, 5th fret, open. And then the number 4 string, you're going back to the 5th fret. And then on the 3rd string, you're open, hammer on to the 5th fret. So. Alright. And then by the way, you're going to hit the number 2 string open. So you get that nice. So once again, 8th fret, 3rd string, 3rd string, 7th fret, 3rd string, 5th fret, 3rd string, open, 4th string, 5th fret, 3rd string, open, then hammer on to the 5th fret, and then do the 2nd string open. So, okay. And that's the resolution chord. And what that is everything open, except for the number 4 string at 5th fret, number 2 string at 4th fret. So that's sort of like if you were playing an A minor 7th. So that's this. So that's half of the intro. Oh, and yeah, I'm also grabbing the number 1 string open during that entire time. So so very slow. One more time. Then the second half of the intro is starting out the same way. Your number 3 string, 8th fret, 7th fret, and then you're doing a pull-off, 3rd string, 5th fret to open. So, and then you're going to do sort of a D7th. It'll be everything open except for 3rd string, 5th fret, 2nd string, 4th fret. So and then finally hammer on 4th string open to 5th fret, 3rd string open, pull off B, second string, fourth fret to open. And then the interesting thing is when you do the pull off, you should be ready to hit basically a G chord, but it's sixth string, sixth fret, fifth string, fifth fret, and pretty much everything open. And that would be the root. That would be sort of the power chord for this configuration with the guitar. So very slowly, whole thing. I kind of muffed it in several places, but okay. So hopefully that's enough to get you on that. And I guess the other thing I've noticed about this is that since it is kind of a Travis thing, at least you're frequently doing an alternating thumb. It's always going to sound better if you can keep the spacing on the notes even, and don't inadvertently funk it up like you might do it on country. Just think even like the C, even like you want Lake Superior to be if you happen to be at a freighter. So okay, that's the intro. I think that should be enough to get you there. So now just basically onto the song. You've got a verse and you've got a chorus, and that is pretty much it. So you start out with your sort of G structure, and once again that's sixth string, sixth fret, fifth string, fifth fret, and everything else can be open. No, it's just my luck to have the watch. Okay, and so now you're going to go all the way up to fifth with your index finger, fifth string. You're going to be doing sort of like the same grip that you would for any sort of minor seventh chord. Well, like a B minor seventh, I guess, because you're leaving things open. But you're going to be at the 10th fret, fifth string, 12th fret, fourth string, open third, and 11th fret, second string. Now, Stan actually didn't do this, as far as I could tell, in the video from 1981. But at least for a solo six string, I made the executive decision that this is the chord that I wanted to use because it really sounded like what I wanted to do. And I really don't know what Stan was doing because I couldn't find anything down here that made me feel good. I mean, I guess there'd be something there, so you'd have to be here. But even still, I really couldn't find anything, so this was my choice. So first chord of the verse is this G structure, what I'm going to call. It's a G grip at least, where it's sixth string, sixth fret. Wait a second. Yeah, sixth string, sixth fret, fifth string, fifth fret, everything else open. So it's just my luck to have the watch with nothing left to, and then sort of a C grip. So you're fifth string, fourth fret, fourth string, third fret, second string. Wait a second, I want to start that over again. I was thinking ahead, and I don't know if I was saying this right. Fifth string, sixth fret, fifth string, sixth fret, fourth string, fifth fret, and second string, fourth fret. So like a C grip. So that's the third chord in the verse. So going back to your G grip, your sort of B minor seventh grip up here, sort of a C grip here, and now you're actually going to go to a B minor seventh grip. So this is going to be fifth string, fifth fret, fourth string, seventh fret, second string, sixth fret. So it should sound like this. And you'll have an option to throw in second string, eighth fret if you want for color. So. All right, so. Back up to this one, you already know it. Da 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 da, and then sort of a D. It's going to be everything else open, third string, fifth fret, second string, sixth fret. So you really are going to play the fifth string on this one. So sort of a power D. All right, so the first phrase is. That was just my da 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 da. And then you're going to kind of repeat that up to a point. So it's back to that G grip. Da 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 da. And then to that B minor seventh grip. Da 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 da. Your D grip, da 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 G. So that's the whole thing, the whole verse. The chorus is back to that D grip, so it's third string, fifth fret, second string, sixth fret, everything else open, don't play the fifth string. So it's, and I told that kid, and then just sort of seventh it, so you would just go to third string, fifth fret, second string, fourth fret. And I told that kid 100 times. To your C grip that we've done before. Da 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 da. To your B minor seventh grip. Da da. Back to the C. Da 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 da. To the B minor seventh grip. Then back up to the mystery chord. Da 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 da. D. The D grip. And then da da G. Da 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 da. To the mystery chord. To the C. To the B minor seventh, to the D, resolving to the G. So. So that's how he did it, pretty much, you know, except for the mystery chord. I hope this helps you out in playing the song. It certainly is one of, in my estimation, one of the best songs ever written. But what do I know? So yeah, well, I hope this worked for you. And if I screwed anything up, or if you have any other questions, feel free to add something in the comments. If you like these videos, you can help defray my string costs. And there's a virtual tip jar in the comments. And if you want to look up my last name, I have a website out there, and you can buy a CD, my recent release called Lift Me Up, which kind of has a nautical theme, actually. Or you can find me anywhere, Amazon, iTunes, Bandcamp, yada, yada, yada. So anyways, that's that, and hope you're all staying safe, and we'll talk to you next time.